Yankees Files podcast. We are back. I'm Will Harris. You, considering you found your iPad, are Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
And the rest of you are fans of the team that is rather widely projected by various systems available on Fangraphs to win the American League East and generally agreed to have the best World Series chance of any American League team. That team is, of course, the 2026 running it back New York Yankees. Steve, there's a lot to get into on this podcast, as always. But first, as this is your first appearance on the Yankees Files podcast in
this year,
calendar year 2026.
Yes.
How have you been? How are you doing?
I mean, look, I hate this time of year. This is like the worst. You know, it's cold. There's no baseball. I don't care about football. I like to be outside, like hiking with my dogs and doing things. Instead, I'm still encased in ice. There is so much ice outside. I've never seen anything like it. The snow was not snow. It was cement. Like, it was so hard that I've fallen on it so many times. It doesn't crack it. I could ground pound this stuff with all my force. Nothing happens. It's like, why do people like this time of year, man? Like, it's bring us baseball. It was a boring offseason too. I mean, not that has any impact on how good the team is, but we've had such exciting off seasons for the last at least like 3 years, maybe. I don't know, for a while, with Judge drama, Soto drama, post Soto drama with Fried and everything. So I mean, the last 3 off seasons have felt like almost existential and how important they are and what direction the Yankees would go. And this one, it just wasn't like that. It didn't need to be like that. But yeah, it was just boring. There wasn't much to do baseball-wise. This has been maybe the most removed I've been from baseball in quite a long time. It was the last like couple months.
Yeah,
how are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. It's been cold. I can't remember a time that it's been this cold for this long in New York.
I'm south of you. I'm in Virginia. I've never seen this. We even had above freezing in like 2 weeks. I mean, it's bizarre. Not here. We don't get that here.
What I think it was some record streak of days below 20 degrees for us or something. I mean, it's ridiculous. And last night, a friend of mine hosted a party in Brooklyn, which is too far away. And I got off the subway and I had to walk like 2 blocks. And the feels like temperature was minus 14 or something. It's just no way to live.
No,
it's no way to live.
The wind chills, man, are a bit like yesterday. It like legitimately hurt to be outside.
Yeah,
like my skin hurt when the wind hit it. Like I don't want to do that, man. I'm too white and pale and white boy for this stuff, man. I'm not hardy.
Thankfully, as we were discussing before we started recording, it seems like it's going to break tomorrow, and we'll once again be able to be outside in tolerable temperatures. So
I'm getting 50 degrees in 2 days, apparently. 50 degrees.
Wow.
I know.
You special? It's going to feel like summer.
Yeah, seriously. It's crazy how much it'll desensitize you. Like the other day, we had a day that was like right up to like freezing. And I was like, oh, let's go outside. This is like awesome. It's like 32. I can only wear one jacket. It's great.
Yeah, I did the same. I can't remember if it was last Saturday or last Sunday. I think it was last Saturday. There was like a little bit of a warmer spell, and I took like an hour and a half walk or something. I was like, I just gotta take advantage of this. But yeah, you know, there's a lot to be happy about in the world. The impending good weather, the impending reporting of pitchers and catchers, the impending season in which the Yankees are projected to be the best team in the American League, the impending Picoto week, which I think has to be this week.
It's so funny how much you like. I don't hang on that like you do. Like I'll look at it when it's out, but like I don't need that. I don't need that to tell me anything. I will look at
one of us. Picoto is my North Star, unless Picoto says that the Yankees aren't going to be the best team.
Do you ever go back and like, because I don't remember what Picoto said last year. I mean, like, how on point was Picoto last year?
Normally, they publish an article about the Picoto performance.
I would like to see. I don't think that gets talked about enough. All the stuff that go. Now, I'm not saying that it's not accurate, but I think it would give people a better understanding of how accurate it can be.
Yeah, there's always a Zips retrospective where he talks about the share of players who beat each percentile
on
outcome.
Fangraphs. I've read some of those.
Yeah. So it'll be like, 90% of players beat the 10th percentile outcome. It's like, okay, so it's working,
Right.
And normally there's a postmortem of some sort like that with Pacoda. I don't remember if I saw last year's yet, but there have been articles in the past on Baseball Prospectus about, my favorite ones are about Pacoda overperformers or underperformers over various increasingly large portions of the season, and whether their performance up to that point or their Pacoda projection was more accurate over the rest of the season. So like 2024 IKF would be a great example. As you were tweeting about the other day, he had like a 760 OPS for a couple months. And not surprisingly, that's not who IKF, now the third baseman for the Boston Red Sox, is.
Hilarious.
And he played like the IKF that we all know and don't love over the rest of the season.
I love him when he's not on the Yankees. It's great. Go do your thing, man. Go do your thing. Preferably on a division rival. It's great.
I do love that IKF in some ways has probably kept the Yankees from winning a World Series. Like he was a real anchor on that 2022 team, but he also kept the Blue Jays from winning the World Series.
Like literally.
Yeah.
I mean,
like he was really going to be the winning run of the World Series.
Like if it really is crazy, man.
Yeah.
How close that was. And the gall for people to still say, oh, Dodgers are always going to win. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
He was like a fraction of an inch.
It's unbelievable. So that's a good place for us to start. The thing that has characterized this offseason, in my view, or at least that has been most prevalent in people's understanding of the offseason, has been an assumption that playoff results are king. They tell you everything you could possibly need to know about a team.
Right.
And this leads me to one of the best tweets I think that has been on baseball Twitter this year, in an exchange between you and Scott, who is
I was going to reference this.
SKOKOH. He said, we can clone the Yankees roster and have them face each other. Solid chance the games wouldn't even be close. Fans would bemoan the construction of the losing team and applaud that of the winning team.
Yes.
And he could not be more correct. Any analysis based on results only is prone to take that approach. And that's what we're seeing from so many fans. Well, obviously the Blue Jays are a far superior team. You can tell that from the 4 games they played against the Yankees in October. And it's very silly. And Scott completely nailed it.
I can't believe when he said that, I was like, how have we never framed it like that? Like that feels like it's right there. Like we dance around that concept when we're talking about this all the time. But that is like the most concise, clear way to get that point across. Like this, just to see how stupid that would be. Because either you believe that the score would just be tied the whole way through, right? Which is absurd. I think everybody knows that would be absurd, right? Yeah. So somebody would win and there'd be a reason why, and you would have to, people would be arguing about it. I mean, it's really, really funny. I loved that thought exercise. I wish more people could. I would like to hear more responses to that. I would love to see what some people would say in response to that. Like, how would they defend their point of view?
Yeah, I'd love to know. And I think with Scott's permission, we're going to have to start raising that to people, because it is, I would imagine it would be very hard for people who believe that the results of short series tell you everything you need to know. It would be very hard for them to contend with.
Right.
What would you say?
Yeah, I don't know. I had this funny idea coming off of that, and I never got to where it would work perfectly, but you do a thing where you have like, you list the Yankees lineup from one year of the playoffs, pick like a year they really didn't hit well or something.
Sure.
And show all of their stats, and then show a mystery team next to it with all these better stats. And you just go through every player in that lineup and take their best playoff year and just throw it over there.
Exactly.
So it's literally the same exact lineup of people, but just all from when things went well. You know, and I don't know if it would ever match up 1-to-1 like that, but I mean, it's the same argument. It would just be a funny way to like reveal like, oh, you're talking about the same exact team. The same exact team.
It's like what you have been saying about Fernando Tatis Jr. and Giancarlo Stanton
Yeah.
and Aaron Judge. You know, two of those are great playoff performers until they're not, and one is the ultimate playoff choker until he isn't.
Yep. It's just dumb. Yeah. It sucks. It sucks when Aaron Judge doesn't do it on the playoffs, man. Like, it kills you. He's so good. You want him to, but like taking anything from it is just pointless. Saying that this is a streak, a trend, a thing, he can't handle it. What? Just shut up. It just didn't work. It sucks. That's it.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, I tweeted a few days prior, 2 years ago, a -15 run differential team played in the World Series and thoroughly dominated a 100-win +207 run differential team in the LDS. But people here still insist that playoff series are the true test of a team ability. That is in reference to the 2023 series between the Diamondbacks and Dodgers. In which the Diamondbacks obviously swept the Dodgers, beat them soundly, and went on to play in the World Series, even though everyone knows the Dodgers were the better team. And this is when Whipple got really mad about the word crapshoot. And he was saying, well, that exactly. That suggests that the Diamondbacks didn't actually play well. And I said, no.
That's not the point. Yeah.
It's only that the Diamondbacks are not the better team simply because they won that series.
Remember, like Anthony Volpe has an amazing week that wasn't real, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like it's an easy thing to understand. Like, he'd be the best hitter in the world for a week, but none of the data supports that that's real. Like, he didn't actually. It just dropped. Things worked. That happens. That just happens.
And I mean, you can go down the line. What is more compelling evidence that the Yankees were better than the Red Sox last year? Is it that they won 2 out of 3 games in the wild card series, or is it 5 more wins, 54 more runs of run differential, 16 points of WRC plus, 7 WAR? Like, which one? Which one?
Yeah, I had a bunch of Red Sox fans telling me like, well, if Duran didn't even drop that ball, you guys just would have been swept. Red Sox were even better than you last year. I'm like,
not how that works.
But that just, your both arguments don't work then, because then your players sucked, which is indicative of the playoff thing, right? Like, oh, you can't handle in the playoffs. So
he's a playoff choker.
He's a playoff choker. So either way, you can't take it and have it and whatever. It's just also flimsy, and it really just comes down to people hate the Yankees.
Yeah.
Whether you're a Yankees fan or not, you will twist every narrative that they suck, they choke, they don't get it, they don't know how to put a team together. I don't even know anymore.
I like something I was thinking about earlier was, particularly with Yankees fans, analysis of how this year's team might perform is always based on what if all these things go wrong.
Yep.
And analysis of how other teams will perform is always based on, well, what if all these things go right?
Yep.
And I just think it's fascinating. Like, yeah, what if George Springer at 36 or 37 has a career year for the second time in a row, and Dylan Cease, who has not been consistently great or available, is amazing.
But
no, I like Dylan Cease too. But the idea that like you just pencil him in to be an ace, or like how people are treating Freddie Peralta, or like what if Luis Robert is the same player he was last year? That's not a question 100%. Yankees fans are asking about the Mets, but it's absolutely. But then those same Yankees fans will ask, like, what if Ben Rice is terrible?
Like, I know, like,
this idea.
What if he's just a one-year wonder?
Chaz, like
are you kidding? Ben, of all people, too. It's so funny how many fans are just like, we don't even know if he's going to be good next year. You couldn't even handle lefties. Like, what? We live in 2 different worlds. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know. Not that there's any guarantee of anything. Ben Rice could suck next year, right? Like, it could happen.
Anyone could.
Very unlikely. Yeah, but I mean, it certainly could. And that's the pain of it, man. Something will happen, right?
Yeah.
Somebody will be bad somewhere that we like. Somebody's going to be bad, and people will go, told you. Yeah. Told you, your stuff means nothing. It's like, but that's not the point. It's like any projection system. Like, well, this guy, he was projected to be so good and he sucked. So these projections are pointless.
Yeah.
It's just crazy, man.
And the fundamental difference is are people who see what happened as the only thing that possibly could have happened. And then there are people who see what happened as one thing from a range of potential outcomes.
Yep.
And there's almost no reconciling those two sides. And
yeah.
It's the thing that I struggle most with, because there's a guy I work with who is British, and he's really into philosophy and language and stuff. And he likes to tell me that we Americans use certain phrases incorrectly.
All right, Tolkien.
For example, he says that we should say, "I'm going to hospital," not "I'm going to the hospital." He thinks that the Brits have that one right. And I insist that he's wrong, and he insists that he's not. And he uses that to illustrate we are playing two different, he calls them language games. He's like, we're just operating in such different spheres that we cannot agree.
It's like incongruous with each other's realities.
Exactly. Yeah. There's some philosopher who called it like the differand or something. I forget who it was. Yeah. Anyway, that is how I feel when I talk to the people who believe that what happened is the only thing that could have happened.
In that conversation with, sorry, you finish.
No,
sorry. No.
It's just the idea that, because the logical conclusion of that is, okay, it actually doesn't matter if we have a baseball season. Only one team needs to play at all, because from the start of the season, they were preordained as the team that will win the World Series, and nothing matters for anyone else, because no matter what they do, we already know who's going to win the World Series.
Right.
And I find it so silly. And we watch baseball and we see games all the time decided by a hair's breadth or a whisper. And the notion that, sure, it was these, tiny, almost imperceptible factors that pushed this outcome one way or another. And then we watch that compound 162 times and we go, yep, this is how it had to be from the beginning.
Yeah, no.
I can't relate to it.
No, that conversation with Scott that led to that great hypothetical thing that he threw out there was predicated on both of us just saying that every arguments that can go so far away from this point are still all tethered to and guided by the notion that playoff baseball is either indicative of your true talent or not. Like if you whittle it all back down, you can be talking about like, I don't know, any random baseball issue with a team. And if you just keep tracking that argument all the way back to its core, you'll just get to the point where they say, well, it didn't work in the playoffs. And then I'll say, that doesn't mean anything. And they go, yes, it does. And then there we are. And it's like, well, why did we spend this whole time arguing about it? It was never about that other thing. It's all about this philosophical core to how this works. And it's, I'm kind of getting to the point where it's like, it was not even worth having this debate, because that's the debate. That's the debate, is that little thing. And
I had a number of exchanges in response to my tweet about the Diamondbacks Dodgers series that said, well, you need to build a team for the postseason. And I would say, what does that mean? And ultimately the response I got was, well, you should have good players, which is, I would imagine, how you would build a team that's good in the regular season too. But
the guy who said the Yankees have too many guys who strike out, and I'm like, well, they had a great team though. And they go, like Aaron Judge, he strikes out so much, must suck, right? He goes, well, not Aaron Judge, but you can't have everybody doing that. And I'm like, 9 Aaron Judges would really suck, right?
Yeah, I mean, as we've discussed, 9 Kyles Schwarber would be the best offense of all time.
Right.
It would be the best offense of all time.
Yep. There's nothing about strikeouts inherently. It's all about the value of a player and how it's measured. It doesn't, this whole like having diversity through I don't want diversity. I want 9 Aaron freaking Judges hitting baseballs. You know what I mean? That's like, what I want.
It's there is no inherent value to having diverse approaches in your lineup or diverse profiles. You could, in theory, have 9 guys who get to a 200 WRC plus in extremely different ways,
Right.
it wouldn't actually be any better or worse than having 9 guys who get to a 200 WRC plus by being Aaron Judge.
Right.
And I think I remember, what year would it have been? Was it going into 24 or going into 23? People were obsessed with the idea of getting a left-handed bat.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was a long-running thing, man.
Yeah. The question was, why do you need a hitter to be left-handed? Don't you just want a hitter who's good?
Right.
And it would be like, well, I mean, Juan Soto, it's sure, but you don't want Juan Soto because he's left-handed. You want him because he's good.
I think that one, because people were just thinking, well, short porch, everything else, but it's like, okay, but that's great, right? So maybe it's more likely that a lefty would fare well in Yankee. Maybe you could look at, but all I want is the hitter who projects to be best here.
Exactly.
That's it. I don't care what handedness he is. Like, I would take Aaron Judge over take him over Juan Soto, right? I mean, like,
absolutely, every day.
I don't care, right? So, yeah, it's silly.
So should we talk about what the Yankees have done?
We can. I want to delve into one thing. We already said Dylan Cease, because I feel like it hasn't happened yet, and I don't think enough people watch or care to do this. But at some point, I was expecting somebody might have pulled up my offseason plan just to troll me, because I've been saying that this offseason isn't a big deal. And my offseason plan had Kyle Tucker and Dylan Cease, right? It had both those guys on it.
Some aspirational stuff in it.
And I just want like a clip here just so I could post this if anybody comes at me with this. But one, if you actually watch that, none of that was supposed to be real. It was all getting names up there. And I said this explicitly, that I did not think any of this was going to happen. It was just getting names up there to talk about. And Dylan Cease in particular, the whole point was that I thought he'd be cheaper, right? That he's really good, would be cheaper. Oh my God, was he not cheaper? He was extremely expensive, got paid way more than I would have been comfortable doing. Kyle Tucker, even, I thought you pay a little bit more for Kyle Tucker than Cody Bellinger. If you're going to pay Cody Bellinger $40 million a year, go get Kyle Tucker. Wait, he's making $60 million a year? Like, okay, yeah, then never mind. I just didn't think that was going to be a possibility. That's so out of left field. Like, no way. So, it was more talking points, and where things ended up. Like, I completely understand why things went the way they did. Especially the outfield market was insane. Getting Trent Grisham for $22 million was such a good bargain.
Trent's contract is such a steal, and
I liked it initially too, but now I love it.
It was so funny how fashionable it was at one point to say like Trent Grisham accepting the qualifying offer handcuffed the Yankees, and Brian Cashman was so dumb not to see how this would play out and all of that. And now Trent Grisham is like the greatest value contract, aside from Suarez, probably, of the offseason.
Suarez was a good value. Yeah. I can't believe the Red Sox did Suarez.
It makes no sense to me.
I can't. I mean, maybe we don't know the specifics. Maybe he wanted to go back to Cincinnati or something. But yeah, I love Ben Verlander saying Suarez could hit like 60 home runs playing for the Reds. Yeah, where he played like his entire career. Like he never did that. And now he's 35 and he'll do it. Yeah, I don't know. That was hilarious to me.
That was really funny. That was really funny. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was great. I don't know what the Red Sox are doing. Like, they've made some good moves. I think
the pitching is insane.
The pitching, at least this year, I think will be good. Am I certain about how Ranger Suarez is going to age as a lefty who doesn't throw super hard and doesn't miss a ton of bats in a righty friendly park? Sonny Gray, some similar questions. I think
Sonny Gray is some of the craziest projections of any. Like, I get why some of them are there, but considering his age and everything, I am kind of amazed that he's projected for like 4 WAR or something, like 3.9 F4,
3.8,
like that's
3.7. Yeah,
that's crazy high.
It doesn't feel like that's going to happen.
No, and I understand his ERA was inflated from what it maybe should have been last year, but still, even just looking at it, I'm like, this does not. His velo's going down. Like, he barely. I don't know. I just don't see that one. He could be good next year, I'm sure, but like, he's being projected as like an ace. So like the Red Sox pitching F4 projections are like through the damn roof, and I'm like, it's good, but I don't think it's going to be that good.
Yeah, and then like, you want to talk about what could go wrong, like. Garrett Crochet threw more innings last year than he had like professionally in his career, or at the major league level in his career.
Yep. Pumping 100.
I don't. Yeah, I mean it was 205, so it was what 213 when you factor in the playoff game. 213 versus 219 previously in his career in 4 other seasons.
If you look at just his last 2 years versus every inning he's ever thrown professionally,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's more in the last 2 years than he did in every other year combined.
351 innings in the last 2 years. And he had thrown 73 at the major league level prior to that, with another.
He didn't even pitch that much in the minors.
Another 24 2/3.
Yeah,
in the minors.
I mean, to make no mistake, the dude is awesome.
He's really good.
So good. Yeah,
but he's top 3 or 4.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think he's maybe just that little tiny tier down from Skubal and Skeens. But even then, I think you're kind of splitting hairs. Like, he's right in that conversation with them. I feel like he kind of doesn't get enough love in a way.
I mean, if he throws 180 innings this year that look like his last 2 seasons, I think you have to put him in that tier. But also, like,
you got to watch out for that arm. Yeah, I mean, he was an injury guy. Like, his whole thing was injuries. Like, that's what his career was. That's why he couldn't pitch. Who knows? But
he seems extremely Chris Sale. Like,
yeah, it's easy to do the White Sox traded to the Red Sox thing, but
I mean, just like
lefty, big stuff. Yeah, I mean, Chris Sale didn't get hurt for a while.
Chris Sale didn't get hurt for a while, and then he got hurt.
Yeah, he did, but not really for. Well, no, yeah, that's right, he did. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's true.
From the
I kind of forget
end of the 2019 season,
he barely pitched
to the beginning of the 2023 season. He threw 48 innings.
Some of that was pretty wild, though. Like, he got that comeback,
hit in the
his
hand,
finger or whatever. Yeah. Some of that was weird, but still though, who knows? We got Ryan Weathers that we're hoping will pitch, so that's not the same level of importance, but
cool if Ryan Weathers is healthy, because
there's a non-zero chance that Ryan Weathers is like the best pitcher on the Yankees next year.
I don't think
that's going to happen,
nasty.
But he could be. Yeah. He just as likely could be a non-factor next year. Like, not even kidding. He could be nothing. So,
like, you could have a compelling bet about whether Luis Heel or Ryan Weathers will pitch more innings.
Yes, you could. I hope Ryan Weathers does.
I hope it's Ryan Weathers, but he's never thrown more than 94 innings in a season. So
if you were to tell me Ryan Weathers throws like 150 innings next year, I wouldn't surprise me if he was the best pitcher on the Yankees. It really wouldn't.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy, because like Fried is great. Fried is really, really good. But if you want to talk about that tippity top ceiling with the K's and I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Weathers could be a guy. But
for sure,
it's nothingness, just dreams. So we'll see.
I can't believe he's only 26. I feel like he came up hearing so about Ryan Weathers forever.
Dude, every spring for the last like 3 springs, all the nerds are come out and flock and be like, this is Ryan Weathers' year. Look at his stuff. It's unbelievable. And then like 2 weeks into the season, you stop hearing about him because he got hurt.
Yeah.
And that's it. But like every spring, he's just pumping and everyone's hyped about him.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be the year.
I hope so.
That'd be great. Reminds me of Jameson Taillon a little bit. That trade.
Yeah.
Way back when. Yeah.
Did you know the Yankees are projected to have only one team is projected to have more 2+ WAR position players than the Yankees?
The Dodgers, I guess, right?
Yeah, it's the Dodgers. So like there's this, it seems like there's a notion, and I know my dad will bring it up if we don't talk about it, so in service to him, we should. There's this notion that like the Yankees can't possibly have done enough. And in addition to the fact that you can't know that going into a season, you can only take the available information and be as confident as you can be in what your synthesis of that information tells you. What are the points against the idea that the Yankees have done enough? I think it's high leverage bullpen arms that you trust. I think it's health of the starting rotation.
That's like it, though. It's those two.
And I don't think there's anything to complain about with the offense.
No, probably you'd
like they got a lefty masher. In bringing back Paul Goldschmidt, they found someone who, like, because realistically, if you were going to take issue with something with the Yankees in the playoffs last year, it was they could easily find themselves in a situation where it would be really nice to have a right-handed bat available to pinch hit, and they didn't, or it was Ahmed Rosario. And I think like Paul Goldschmidt for like 12 cents or whatever they signed him for is great to be in that role. I don't see him as a full-time player. I don't think they do either.
No. I'm so confident about that. I can't believe people are like, I am so confident that Paul Goldschmidt will not be like hard platooned with Rice even. He's just going to be there, spell whenever he needs it. Stanton will be out, whatever. Like he'll just fill in those cracks. Probably get like 200 or 300 at bats, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
And I think we were understandably, justifiably concerned at the beginning of the offseason that there would be a lot of hopes placed on Jason Dominguez this season. And we're certainly not in that situation.
I'm a little sad about that. I won't lie, but
I'm sad about it, but it's, in a way, it's better not to be in that situation.
It is.
As well.
I mean, the Yankees are a better team next year because they didn't rely on Jason. They're not going to be relying on Jason. It's just that, I mean, man, in any other situation with any other team, of course you start Jason Dominguez next year. Like it's not even a question for most teams.
And if
of course
Trent
you put him
had declined the qualifying offer,
he
knows?
might have been. Yeah, he might have been. Yeah. It's just I feel like it's surprising to me, not just the fans, but even like kind of pundits, the media, like have written. I mean, he's nothing. Jason Dominguez is like a nothing value to people right now, and I am mind blown by that. I really am. Like
that doesn't make any sense. That he just turned 23.
And he was a league average hitter last year. As his first year, he's barely even really played professional baseball. Like he's so inexperienced in general. He came up and was a league average hitter for a full season, while doing nothing against left-handed pitching, mind you. Like if he could have even just been a regular below league average against a lefty, he would have been like a 115 WRC plus guy last year. I mean, and not all the batted ball data is great because he hits the ball on the ground too much, but his bat speed's good. He hits the ball really hard. He's fast as hell. Like a lot of the things that we heard about Jason Dominguez doing, having all these multiple threats, it was there. It's raw. But I mean, like, there's so many ways he could have been worse last year. Like so many ways, offensively anyway. Defensive
had a 322x WOBA hitting left-handed. Like,
I truly believe. I don't know if I believe he's going to be like a crazy good hitter, but I think just because of the walks he takes and how hard he swings the bat and how just naturally athletic this dude is, he's going to be a 2 or 3 WAR player at some point in his life. I really believe that. And that's it could be even higher than that. 2 or 3 WAR is not like an amazing success or anything, but it'd be great.
For all the reasons that you've just described, I would bet that the public is lower on Jason Dominguez than baseball teams are.
Probably, but I am surprised even like when I hear like smart baseball people talk about Jason, it's as though it's already kind of done. Like it's already, he didn't work out. We're already in that like postscript thing for Jason, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, like Jason Dominguez is verging on post-hype sleeper is ridiculous because he just had a perfectly fine age 22 season playing Major League Baseball.
If he had a minor league season where he had put up more good numbers, this is still a guy on prospect lists. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. He's not even close to aging out of that. We have prospects right now that are older than that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Spencer Jones could legally drink by the time Jason Dominguez was born.
Yeah, Spencer Jones. They should have traded Spencer Jones last year.
Maybe, but like
said it then, and I say it now.
The thing that I always come back to with this is exactly. I don't know that the Yankees didn't include Spencer Jones in discussions that they were having. I don't know what what other teams thought of Spencer Jones. It was suggested to me at one point that because of the obvious concerns about Spencer Jones, he may have been worth more to the Yankees than he was to other teams. And they may have a thesis about what they could unlock with him that other teams don't share. And if that's the case, then like what, you're going to trade him for, I don't want to disparage Nick Mears, but like Nick Mears, you know, or one of my other like reliever, you know, pet names, like
Right. No, I had a tweet about this a while ago. Obviously, where I was something about a lottery ticket. I forget how I framed it.
sure.
But it was like you have a lottery ticket where you have like a tiny chance at winning $1 million, and
Mhm.
your friend is like, "Do you want $100 for it?" And you're like, "I don't need 100. I'll just see if I can win
Exactly.
the million."
Yeah.
Right? Like I do get that, but we just don't know to what he was like trade deadline time when all the hype, and he was like
Yeah. It was probably when his
1,400
value was
OPS
the
at AAA.
highest.
Right?
Yeah.
We still can't know what other teams were valuing him as and what the Yankees could. But if there was something, I think it's been suggested that the Yankees didn't want to include him in a trade for Sandy Alcantara, which maybe it would have been kind of cool doing if that is real. If that's real, don't know if it's real. But I've heard that that's a thing.
We've at the same time we've heard that the Marlins really were not interested in playing ball with the Yankees at last year's deadline for such names.
Fair.
And such names being Sandy and Ed Cabrera, and only one of those guys has moved to this point.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I feel the same way about Heel. It's the same kind of thing where it's like,
Yep.
I think we should trade him after the Rookie of the Year season, but also don't know what teams are offering. You can't know that. So people get so upset thinking, well, if you want to trade him so badly, that you should look at yourself in the mirror and think like, why would another team really want him?
Exactly.
Right? That
if
must
it's
be
so
lowering
obvious
the value
to you that you need to get rid of that guy. And I will say on Luis Heel, it was suggested to us that he was included in discussions for Kyle Tucker, and then the Yankees merely said through Jack Curry that Luis Heel was not on the table in the Kyle Tucker talks. So believe what you want to believe on that front.
We'll never know the truth, so
we'll never know.
Difference. No. It would have been cool having Kyle Tucker, though.
It would have been cool having Kyle Tucker.
Though, I mean, come on, Cody had a higher WAR. Like, whatever. Like, really, what was it going to change? I mean, like, what was it really going to do? I don't know.
And as Taylor Jackson liked to say about Trent Grisham, we have Kyle Tucker at home.
I mean, I hope that's the case. I believe in Trent, man. I believe.
Yeah,
in Trent.
I think Trent, even if people view him as likely to regress offensively, which the underlying numbers really actually don't suggest at all. The underlying numbers suggest that he deserved better offensively. Even if he regresses offensively, you can easily tell yourself a story in which his defense is better this year.
I think so. His drop off is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, he was tippity top elite.
He was Harrison Bader.
Yes.
You like not Pete Crow Armstrong, but like, you know, that next
not
tier,
that far out.
Not that far off.
Like, 98th percentile sprint speed or some insane thing. Crazy about, I mean, that's just gone. I mean, I don't know. He's never been like that with the Yankees either. Even in the first year, he was faster than he was last year. But yeah, I don't know. That is pretty odd. I hope he can do something more. But even when you look at his like batted ball data before, like even with the Yankees and the year before that with the Padres, it was always a little better than the results were. Like there was always more there than he was getting on the bottom line. So then you add even better batted ball data and maybe just a little better luck or whatever, and you have what happened last year. And I think it was like in his career, Trent Grisham is an above league average hitter.
Yeah, like people talk. You've made the point that people talk about him like he is Austin Hedges.
Yes, and it's like this guy's literally has how many? I don't know how many plate appearances in his career, but thousands.
Yeah,
and he's an above league average hitter, 2,800. He's an above league average hitter over that course of time. So I mean, this guy's baseline is what, average?
Yeah,
at center field. Like, I don't know. That's not that bad.
Yeah. So what do you make of the whole Cody Bellinger situation? Because you very vocally throughout the season talked about how your ideal outcome was that Cody Bellinger would play great for the 2025 Yankees and never play for the Yankees again.
It's hard because at the same time, I wouldn't stop cheering on Cody Bellinger last year, right? Like I was his biggest fan. I loved Cody Bellinger so much. Still love him. Still inside, if I just take my brain out of it, super stoked that he's back. I love Cody. I'm going to support him big time next year. It's great. The contract fell somewhere kind of in between. I don't know. I mean, if you had told me that's what the contract was going to be going into it, I would have said, holy shit, they're going to pay $40 million up front for 2 years of Cody Bellinger. Like, why not just go get Kyle Tucker at that point? I really would have felt it then. Of course, Kyle Tucker cost $60 million. So I don't know. I think it's a really bad deal in so many ways. I mean, you're either stuck with him if he sucks or not. I mean, the opt-out he gets is rough. The way the luxury tax money is shuffled around, which is funny because me and Scott, that same guy, we were on the luxury tax stuff before it was reported. We were already right. on that. We were like, yeah, people haven't realized that this is going to be a little worse than it sounds. So it's a lot of money, but at the same time, it's just money, right? So they spent that money. Ostensibly, there's nowhere else they were going to spend that money. I'm not upset that they spent money, right? So it's not my money. They spent it on Cody Bellinger. It's not some crazy long-term deal. Even if he's here the whole time, it's just 5 years.
Yeah.
And with the luxury tax thing being a problem for the first 2 years, sure. But then if he does stay, the last 3 years are going to be way less. The Yankees will be getting credited back on that luxury tax they're paying up front. So those last 3 years won't even be nearly as expensive or crippling to the team. So really, it's just the first 2 years that you're talking about big money that's going to potentially make you a little less flexible. And 2 years is 2 years. I don't know. It'll be fine. Yeah. Cody's good. He's a good player.
He's a good player. I'm with you. Is there anyone who moved this offseason who you feel like the Yankees really missed on?
Really missed on? No. Probably a reliever somewhere out there I would have liked. I don't know exactly why they've been so apprehensive to get a reliever. Maybe it's just the money of it, not knowing where Bellinger's money was going to be. I don't know. But they really have not been in the relief game at all, right? Unless I'm missing something. They re-signed Yarbrough. They got
there was like the name? Rule 5 Cade Winquest.
Yeah, Cade Winquest. But there's Blackburn, who's that's more of a swingman kind of thing. But yeah, they really haven't invested at all. And I guess their ideology is, hey, we did that already at the trade deadline. But sure, but then you also lost Devin Williams and Luke Weaver, who were both useful at the very least to very good at times. So I mean, maybe there's still something more coming. I don't off the top of my head know of the names that moved that I thought like. I'm trying to think. I think Sean Armstrong was a guy I liked. Okay. I don't remember how much he ended up going for, but there were a couple people out there that I thought they might. There was another name.
The guy the Phillies got.
Gosh, who they get?
Who they paid a bunch of money for. Sean Armstrong got 1 year, $5.5 million from
like something
Cleveland.
Like that, man. I wouldn't have been against something like that.
Who is the guy the Phillies? Brad Keller.
Brad Keller, yes, but I think it ended up being a good bit of money for Brad Keller.
2 years, $22 million.
That's kind of a lot for a one. Like he really was. He was nothing before last year. Like
Brad Keller had not been good prior to last year,
and not just like their bottom line results. Like his velocity, like everything. Randomly last year, everything just spiked. Like it looked like a steroid boost or something. Like
in his entire career, Brad Keller had a 4.4 FIP and a 4.81 xERA and a 4.34 ERA prior to last year. And he's projected for like an ERA between 4 and 4.4 and like 0 to half a win next year. So
he was great last year. In like
he was awesome.
Legitimately
he was absolutely
great.
awesome.
And all the data supported. It was like a very real thing. And one of the things I've learned this offseason, and it's already happened, but I'm feeling it even more now, is that these like what you might think you'd get for a discount because teams might not fully appreciate whatever. No, they fully freaking
everyone's
appreciate
tuned
it now.
in.
Yeah, and they spend the money on it now. So like Dylan Cease, you might have been able to get him for a discount even 5 years ago, but now no. He's going to get the full money.
And that feels like the exact thing that Trent Grisham underrated about
himself.
Market.
Yes, I really do think so. I think he screwed himself. I
thank him for doing that.
I think he gets 360 somewhere at least, if not even maybe a little bit more.
Easily.
Yep.
And maybe the most charitable reading of it to Trent's strategy is if I take a 3-year deal now for a lower annual value than I think I could get next offseason,
bet on yourself.
Then I'm hitting free agency at a really bad time for me.
Yep.
But also $60 million. So I don't know.
But also, he's going to hit free agency during a lockout situation. Like, I don't know. The whole thing seems kind of bad.
Lockout versus age. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I can't believe he did it, honestly. I mean, at the same time, I still get it. You don't know yet. That's what's so hard for them. They don't know what the market's going to be like yet. And you could have had fears that teams wouldn't have spent because of the lockout, which I think is still somewhat true. Length deals have not been there. Dylan Cease set this idea that there would be length for players, but he's the only guy. Who else got years? No one has
I
gotten
mean, nobody
years.
else got more than 5, right?
Like, yeah, but like Bellinger ended up being
Schwarber
like
got
a long deal.
5.
Yeah.
Alonso got 5. Bellinger got 5. I can't think
What
of
did Ranger get? Ranger get 4 or 5?
He got
something
5,
like that.
right?
5? Yeah, I think 5 was like the high watermark if outside of Cease. Cease was the guy
He's the only guy who got 7 years that I can think of, certainly.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially like one would think that with like going back to Harper, Mookie, Judge, Ohtani, Soto, I think everyone would have thought Kyle Tucker is going to get 10 years, $600 million or something, with some deferrals
or less. Like, it seems like that for so long there was this push towards give them like 14 years to keep the AAV down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Now it's like give them like 60 AAV to keep the years down. And it's like, well, where did that happen? Like, why did that switch occur? I don't know if it's lockout
really funny how that has changed.
But yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like Kyle Tucker was the obvious guy to get 10, 12 years. And when he didn't do that, like, is Juan Soto's contract the last of its kind?
The last mega one? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you'll have some interesting test cases if like Ellie De La Cruz is actually really great when he hits free agency because he'll be young. It's really looking for that age thing. I think even Tucker, I think the Blue Jays apparently offered Tucker like a 10-year deal, something like that. But the AAV was like way lower. But
Acuna can opt out after this year, but he's going into age 29 at that point.
Oh yeah,
he should opt out.
29?
Obviously, he's 28. This is his age 28 season.
What happened there? I mean, wow, that's so, man. Acuna's got one of the weirdest careers. One of the weirdest careers.
He has the 9 WAR season, and then next is 5. Next is 2 seasons of 4.4, both in shortened seasons. Once in 111 games, again in 82 games, and then he's only played like 145 games in his last 2 years. Yeah,
but like that MVP season needs to be like studied more.
Yeah,
I'm not implying anything because I wouldn't, and I highly doubt he cheated. But what was that? The strikeout rate it's the only year. It is such
he struck out like 23
outlier.
or 24% of the time every other year.
And then like the year after he has this crazy low K rate, goes right back. Like, what was going on that year? How did that's not a typical, like, players will have good spells, bad spells, good years, bad years. The shape of their underlying stuff never changes like that. That is so weird that happened.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
If he opts out, what would you give him in free agency?
I'd have to depend on what he had to show he's healthy, right? I mean, like I think he finished the year healthy last year when he came back, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, no, we'd have to, will there even be an outfield for him? I don't know.
Yeah, it's a fair question.
That's
going to be a fascinating one.
Yeah.
So, Steve, if I had to ask you today, days before pitchers and catchers report, did the Yankees do enough?
I don't like that question.
I know you don't.
I mean, do enough to be a good team? Of course. Like, I think one of the things I said at the start of the offseason when we were on here, I said the Yankees could, and I hope they don't, but the Yankees could just re-sign Cody Bellinger and say that's it. And that was before Trent Grisham. That was before anything. That they could just do that, and they would have a very good team for the next season. I was hopeful they wouldn't do that, and they didn't. Thankfully, there was more that happened than that. But with that in mind, I mean, they did a lot more than just bring back Bellinger. So I think they did enough to be a very good team. There's things I think that perplexed me a little bit that they didn't do with regards to the bullpen, but it doesn't mean that they still won't. They could. And maybe they just believe in some of the other guys they got. They're running the highest payroll they've ever had for luxury tax purposes anyway. This is the high water mark by like a fair bit now too.
Yeah.
So, but like, you're going to give Goldie $4 million, and with the tax, that's like $8 million. You mean there's no reliever out there? Like, isn't Michael Kopech still out there? I kind of would like Michael Kopech. I think I'd have fun with that.
I got breakfast with Whipple today, and I was asking him his thoughts on the roster, and he also mentioned that he would be interested in Michael Kopech. But
I don't know if he's healthy. No idea.
He said it in a way that suggested like it would change my opinion on the team if Michael Kopech were on it, and I don't agree with that by any means. Like, I'd love to have another arm that I trust more than Jake Bird or Cade Winquist in the bullpen.
You will find me to be a big Jake Bird believer this whole season.
I think Jake Bird is...
I am going to be on his... yes, I'm on Team Bird.
Of all the guys on the roster, I think the two who you can tell really encouraging stories that convince you to be bullish on them more than anyone are Jake Bird and Ryan McMahon.
Yeah. Hey, both ex-Rockies.
Exactly. Yeah. But like, would it be nice to be able to be bullish on Jake Bird without relying on being right about that?
Yes,
it would be. Sure. But
Michael Kopech doesn't solve that.
Exactly. Yeah. How much does it affect my opinion of the team if they bring in another guy who I don't really trust? Like, if they had brought back Devin Williams, that would have been one thing. That doesn't seem like it was ever really on the table, unfortunately for me.
That's what I was saying. Sean Armstrong is someone who was solidified and like good. Like, Sean Armstrong is good. He's a little older, but like he's good. He's solid. He'll give you innings. He's still has a good ceiling to him. Good whiff rates, all this stuff. Like, throws hard. Would have been nice. Didn't cost that much. I'm surprised. We never know what goes on behind the scenes, what they know about him, what their underlying data says about him, what he'd be like in the clubhouse, all these other things that we don't have access and aren't privy to. But
yeah,
I liked it. I liked that. But also, what are we talking about? Like, one WAR max? Best
possible outcome.
Yeah. So who cares? I don't know. They'll figure it out. The bullpen is a concern, though. It's fair. The bullpen into the rotation is a concern. I don't know how you fix it because you have so many arms. You just don't have a lot of certainty anywhere. So it's tough.
So, Steve, we'll wrap up with this question. What is your relationship with spring training?
Like, we go to a movie and get dinner afterwards? Like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
No,
like,
what do you mean?
Some people love all the videos that come out and watch a guy show up and the best shape of his life comments, and they watch all the games and they try to draw conclusions from them. Some people can't stand it because it's fake baseball. Where do you stand on spring training? What is this next, what are these next 7 or so weeks going to look like for you as it comes to engaging with the New York Yankees?
Neither of those versions you threw out there. More like the first one-ish, but not drawing conclusions either. I'm just really excited to have it back. I love seeing everybody back out on the field. Usually, like, the first week of spring, I'm like watching every game, and I am reading it. And then it's like, okay, I'm done with spring. Like, this all means nothing. And the WBC will come on, so that's
an interesting one for this year.
I'll watch that. I do like that more now than I used to. Not last year's, but 2 years ago, whatever it was. How often do they do it?
23.
23. Yeah. 23 was fun. That was like the first year that I was like, oh, this is kind of nice. This is high quality entertainment here. I think ultimately I still hate that the Yankees are playing in it. I don't want Judge to be there. I don't want Fried to be playing in it. I don't want any of these guys to be playing in it. But if they are, I'll watch. It'll be fun. So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Very fair. All right. I won't ask you to do confidence quite yet. I'll save that until a team shows up to Tampa.
Let's do that.
But do you have any parting shots as we wrap up your first Yankees Files podcast appearance of 2026 and we get ready for spring training to be upon us?
No, I am very happy. I think this is like a good day. I'm almost happy we did it today as opposed to last week, because this, like the Super Bowl, it's here, it's over. Like, this feels much more like we're taking our first step into baseball world today. It feels appropriate. I am so happy about that. Like, if you don't know me personally, you don't know, like, it's like legitimately, I'm not actually like crying my eyes out in the winter, but I hate it. I like actually hate it. Like, I am very unhappy for like 2 or 3 months. And then the weather gets warm again and baseball's back and everything's awesome. So those are my parting shots. The Yankees have a good team. And I cannot wait to watch them play baseball again.
Love it. All right, Steve, it was a pleasure as always. People can keep up with everything we do at yankeesfiles.com. They can find us on Twitter, where we are at Yankees Files. The podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts, with the added bonus of video. If you're a Spotify listener, please rate, review, subscribe, etc. It helps us out immensely. Full video podcast is also available on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@crosstownsports. Please subscribe there as well if you think that other people should hear what we have to say about the New York Yankees. We'll be back sometime, someplace to more formally preview the 2026 New York Yankees baseball season. And until then, welcome to baseball season and let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
And I say, hey.